everybody, welcome back to Jessica's Reading Room. My name is Kim and we are here for the December monthly wrap up video. Yay! Now this one we're going to try and get through really fast because this is like the fourth time I've tried to film this video and for some reason my phone is doing all kinds of weird things. I don't know why. So we're just going to try and get through this really quick. So hopefully my phone actually works the way it's supposed to, shall we? Okay, so I read 11 books this month. Yay! Oh! And my shirt lights up. So you all can enjoy that as well. Okay. All right. So yes, I read 11 books this month. I'm super excited. So we're just going to get into them real quick. Not all of the reviews have been written yet. So my bad. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with Dark Halls by Jeff Menapace. This one scared the crap out of me. Loved it so much. A haunted elementary school where teachers commit suicide, kids murder kids. Burned down, rebuilt. Is everything going to be okay? I don't know. The new teacher, Ryan Herb, has to figure out what's going on because, newsflash, it starts going wrong all over again. I got 20 pages in and I was scared to death. So bravo, Jeff. Bravo. This was it. Awesome. Okay. Next, we have Yellow Jessamine by Caitlin Starling. Oh, gonna be in the most gorgeous cover tournament. Just saying, because it's brilliant. This one, I can't say much about because you guys need to read it. Because the main thing that I can say is that in a dying port city, a plague descends. And that's really all I can say. Because I'm still trying to figure it all out in my brain. Anyway, it's gothic. It's horror. It's naturalist. I'm going to have to reread it. And I'm going to have to figure it out. Because this one, I don't think you can get it all when you read it just once. You got to read it again. Because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to write my review if I don't read it again. Because it's all stuck in my brain and I'm still trying to figure it out. And that's a good thing, but it's also kind of frustrating. Makes sense? Yeah, I know. It just... we have The Girl and the Raven by Cécile Guillotte, a French lady, and illustrated by Mina M. Another most gorgeous cover tournament contestant for this year. This one is basically just a simple tale. Franny is an odd kid. She gets sent to a boarding school that deals with odd kids. Girls start disappearing from said odd school. Franny has to help figure it out. I'm not going to tell you how it ends, but it was really good. I read it really quick. This actually would be perfect to read to a kid because it's scary without being too scary. It's easy, it's simple, it's short. I really liked it. I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 stars. So I thought it was really good. All right, next, The Ancestor by Danielle Trussoni. Now this one I've been wanting to read for a while, and Alana, my Secret Santa, got it for me. This is another one where I haven't actually written a review yet because I'm still pondering. And those of you who have read it, you know why I'm still pondering. If you have read this book, I would love, love, love to hear your opinion. Put them down in the comments. Alberta finds out she is the only remaining blood relative of an ancient Italian family. She has inherited their fortune, their estate, an old castle in the middle of the Italian Alps. You guys know me. You know why that attracted to me. Why that attracted me to it. Oh my gosh. But where I thought it was going to go, it didn't go anywhere near. It went elsewhere, like very far elsewhere. And again, I'm still pondering it. So there are a lot of books like that this month. I don't know what it was about this month that I have so many books like that, but it's just the way it is. We have Archangel by Robert Harris. I read, Munich by Robert Harris last month. I really liked it, so I thought, you know what, I'd go ahead and buy a couple more books that he wrote, and I haven't read one. I mean, this is my second one, because I read Munich, and then this month I read Archangel, and then I read Conclave, so I'll talk about Conclave in just a second. He's very micro-history, very tiny detail-oriented. And for somebody like me, I was like, you know what? I'm totally good with that. Because when it comes to history, I love tiny details. And so I was like, okay, let's do it. Basically, a historian visiting Russia for a conference has the opportunity to go looking for Stalin's lost notebook. If I had that opportunity, I'd be going to. So this one is a little more adventurous than Munich and Conclave, which I'll talk about in just a second. But it still has a lot of detail, which I really liked. So I was like, okay, there you go. Another ghost story. Kind of sort of ghost story. No, it is a ghost story. Took by Mary Downing Hahn. You guys know that I really love her. She writes kids horror, so it's scary without being ridiculously scary. This one, a family moves to a rundown house in rural West Virginia. Stuff starts going wrong. The little sister starts talking to her doll as if the doll talks back to her, and then she disappears. So it's up to the older brother to find out what happened to her. Was she stolen by the old witch who lived 100 years ago? And her pet, which is a man boar named Bloody Bones? I don't know. You have to read it because it was actually really good. And it ended really well. And I was totally satisfied with it. So I was like, okay, great job. All right, next we have Blood Red Snow White by Marcus Sedgwick. Also a gorgeous cover. This one is about the Russian Revolution. A British journalist turned kind of, sort of, maybe kind of, sort of spy is there during the Russian Revolution. He's also the writer of a children's book of fairy tales based in Russian culture. Because it's like reading history through the lens of a fairy tale, it got a little strange at times. Not my favorite book, but also I'm glad I read it. So I was like, okay, all right, I'll take it. It was just the line between history and fairy tale blurred some. So that kind of made it a little confusing, but it was overall a pretty good book. So there you go. All right, next, The Alice Network by Kate Quinn. You guys know I love her second book, The Huntress, so much that when I went to read this one, my standards were really high, and unfortunately this book did not meet those standards. The one character, her name's Charlie, I really didn't like her. She brought the whole book down. The rest of it, the spies, you know, the female spies in World War I, they were badass, loved them, loved that storyline. It's just Charlie's, which the timeline, her timeline, is right after World War II. I just didn't like her. She brought it down. I can't say I liked this book. In fact, there were a lot of parts where I was like, why am I reading this book? Which is really sad because I loved her second book so much. So it made me sad, but also I'm glad I read it. So it's like, okay, all right, we're doing okay. We're doing good. All right, then the other Robert Harris book, Conclave. This one, you talk about nitty gritty. This is literally the College of Cardinals electing a new pope. And for me, that just sounds really fascinating. I get that a lot of other people would be like, really? You read an entire book about that? I did, and I really liked it. There were some parts that were so incredibly predictable that the predictability completely distracted you from the actual twist that was happening. And that twist blew me away. So I'm going to keep reading Robert Harris because I like his style. I like how he does it. So it's like, okay. All right. Then another Mary Downing Hahn book, another ghost story. In fact, One for Sorrow. This one takes place during the 1918 Spanish flu epidemic. Annie goes to a new school. She meets this really obnoxious little girl where her name is Elsie. And don't get me wrong, I would never encourage bullying. But I also understand that there are kids that other kids just really don't want to be friends with, and I would never force kids to be friends with somebody like Elsie. Don't come for me. I'm sorry, okay? That's just the way it is. But unfortunately, Elsie dies during this flu epidemic, and she comes back to haunt Annie. So basically, Annie has to figure out how is she going to get rid of Elsie, who is dead, who is a ghost. Sounds like something I would like, right? Yeah, I did like it. It was good. Okay, no December would be complete without a reading of Santa Claus is for Real, a true Christmas fable about the magic of believing by Mr. Charles Edward Hall. He is the man who has played the Santa Claus in the Radio City Music Hall Christmas Spectacular for the last 35 years. He is a personal friend of Santa. He has met Santa. They sit and talk. Santa actually helped him when he first got the role of Santa, taught him how to be Santa, taught him what it truly means to be Santa. It's such a wonderful book. It is the Christmas spirit in book form, and I love it. I would suggest it to anybody. If you're not in the Christmas spirit, this one will put you in it. So if you haven't read it, you need to read it. Okay, So that is my monthly book haul. My gosh, sorry. Ivan's distracting me. He's talking on the phone back there, so if you can hear him, I'm so sorry. But yes, that is my monthly wrap up for December 2020. Yay, 11 books. That's kind of a big deal for me during a busy month like December. Oh, we have to do most and least favorite. Oh, guys, that's a tough one. Okay, as much as I hate to say it, the Alice Network is my least. And you know what? I think I'm going to say that Dark Halls is my most favorite. I mean, because this one, it blew my mind. It was crazy good. It was really good. If you like horror, then you need to read this one. I mean, I hate to say it, but I just didn't like the Alice Network. If it hadn't had Charlie in it, I probably would have given it 4 stars. But with her in it, I just didn't like it at all. So there you go. Okay, so there it is, December. I would love to hear what you have been reading, so put it down in the comments, and we will see you next time. Everybody have an awesome beginning to 2021. So we will see you. Hey, I'll see you. Oh, it's already 2021. Okay, see, if I had been on schedule and actually done this in December, then I could have made a joke about see you next year, but okay. All right. Everybody have an awesome, awesome month of January. We'll see you for the next book haul. Bye.